All right, guys, Anthony Donskov here with Donskov Strength and Conditioning. I wanted to talk to you guys today about hang cleans and some of the coaching cues that we give our athletes. In our atmosphere, probably one of the most hyper-coached exercises that we have in our programs is hang cleans. Athletes can find a variety of ways to cheat. In my professional experience, I've yet to walk in and see someone 8, 9 athletes clean with absolutely perfect, flawless technique and flawless form. It's one of those exercises that constantly needs to be coached. The more exposure the athletes have to it, obviously the better. Okay? Why hang clean in general? We train a lot of hockey players here at Donskov Strength and Conditioning, but I think you can talk across the board for multiple sports. Hang cleans are acyclic power development exercises. They focus on explosive strength. So generating the maximal force effort in the shortest amount of time, okay, really driving through the ground and providing explosive force, I think, again, can be used across the board for multiple sports. So we use hang cleans in our program design. I want to talk to you guys today about 4 of the biggest issues that we see at our facility and how we try to coach those issues so they look, I guess, clean and they look technically proficient, okay? So the 4 biggest issues that we see. Number 1, we see issues at the hips, okay? We see athletes trying to hold the bar and flex the hips and then jump. We want more of a rock. So for our athletes to get the hang of what we're looking for, literally we just want to have them vertical jump. If you look at anybody vertical jump, they're not going to walk up to a vertical jump and just explode up. Chances are they're going to rock at the hips, almost like a pendulum at the hips, and drive back. So they're going to rock at the hips and drive back. You think about it, it's the same thing we're looking at in a hang clean. We're going to approach the bar, okay? We're not going to flex the hips and drive up. We're going to rock back and get under the bar, okay? So to clean that up, literally we'll just have our athletes either step off the platform or stand on the platform, rock back, and drive up to really, really focus on the engine, which are the hips in a hang clean, okay? Also, too, I know a lot of the Olympic lifting purists are not a fan of the rock. We don't have issues with that here. We don't train Olympic athletes. I know some people argue about the stretch shortening cycle and how, starting from the dead is how traditional Olympic lifting, we don't start from the floor, and I don't mind that rock. Okay, as long as it's coming from the hips and we're not flexing at the hips, but we're rocking back and driving back up. Okay. Also, too, we'll talk to our athletes about, I call it the windmill. We don't want this, rocking back and forth 15 times before they drive the bar up. It's one rock, drive it up, get under the bar. Okay? So, again, we'll just have them vertical jump to try to correct that fault, or that faulty pattern. Okay? Number 2, we'll see bar control. Okay? We want that bar held as close to the body as possible. See some youth athletes, they'll grab that bar, okay, and they'll swing it away from their body and it loses contact with the legs, okay? Obviously, not good for a couple reasons. Number 1, it increases torque, can cause a lot of low back issues. We don't want that, okay? So another cue that we can use is just lat activation. Stole this from Mike Robertson. I think Mike Robertson got this from Glenn Penley, but you can just have your athletes step literally on the side of a rack, or they can use their partner and just push against the rack for lat activation, see what it feels like to activate those muscles. Obviously, they can go both sides. We'll have them approach the bar, okay, curl their wrists, and then again, activate those lats. Dan John also uses a great cue, break a pencil between your armpits. Okay, we use that as well. But again, we want bar contact with the shins, with the legs rather. We don't want it looping out. Okay, so we'll use that lat activation. Another one we'll see, and I'll leave my sidekick here, Coach Ant. We'll see a lot of athletes with poor wrist flexibility. This is an issue that has to be, it takes time to get this wrist flexibility, okay? One thing we don't want to see, when our athletes clean, we don't want wrists down here, okay? A major, major stressor on the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, okay? And over time, it's not a good recipe for shoulder health and long-term joint health, okay? So if we see this, okay, we'll regress the exercise. We might do hands-free front or front squats. We'll also use a stretch that I stole from Glenn Penley, okay, with the PVC pipe. So we'll get Ann up here. We'll have him finish with a clean in the rack position, okay. I'm going to get under his elbows rather. He's going to sit back. I'm just going to hold it here, okay? I'm going to hold it and give him that wrist flexibility he needs, okay? If I can, I'm going to step away and see if he can hold that position, okay, so we can groom that kinetic awareness of where his body needs to be, okay? We want it, the delts, okay, to form that shelf for the bar, okay? So we'll use this wrist flexibility exercise to try to ingrain that in our hang cleans. All right? Thanks, Coach Ant. Last but not least, what we'll see and we'll try to clean up is landing. A lot of the youth athletes that we train will try to land, and they'll land in almost a hyperextended state. Okay? Again, not good for the back. Okay? I will literally sit an athlete in that start position, and I'll tell them that's your exact same finish position, except the elbows are up. Okay? If we still can't, with that cue, get them, okay, we will just literally have them stomp the heels. I don't want a butt kick, I want them to stomp the heels. What the stomping does, okay, is it forces them to bend their knees and get back. So we're up, stomp, okay? And these are some of the small cues that we use at Donskov Strength and Conditioning. Keep in mind, okay, my philosophy and our philosophy on cueing is the least said, the better. What can we do to get our athletes to perform exactly what we want with the least amount of words said? Okay, so those are some of the faults that we see with cleans. It's a hyper-coached exercise, and those are some of the exercises that we use to try to clean up the movement and really build technical proficiency in the weight room for the hang clean. Thanks, guys. Hope that helps.